Hello, welcome back to this channel. This is day 7 of posting a video every single day from January 3rd till the end of January. If you haven't seen the rest of my videos, go back on my channel, they're up there. I'm posting a video every single day, and I challenged myself and somehow I'm showing up. I hope I keep showing up. I made my way to Cambodia now, and I am on my very narrow but very long balcony. It's a beautiful evening here, and today I want to share about the start of my sabbatical. Yesterday I shared about how I prepared for it, and basically how I prepared to quit, or how I quit, or how to quit intentionally and to quit well. So go see that if you're going to be interested in that, or send it to someone who is. Today though, I want to talk about the start of the sabbatical, because it was a little hard, a little interesting, and so I just want to share what happened. Just a little bit of here's the tea. Here's what happened. Okay, so the first 2.5 months of my sabbatical, I planned to be in, oh, this bird's flying over. I planned to be in my home city. I planned not to go anywhere, and so I was in my home city for that time. And I remember having this big sigh of relief that, hey, I'm starting the sabbatical, it's here now. But I didn't know how to rest. I didn't know how to not be productive. So immediately what I jumped into doing was scheduling myself to the T. I started trying to fill my calendar up with activities and just things I needed to be producing. I needed my time to be worth something, or I needed something to show for my time. I felt like I was just not used to not working. I've been working since I was 16, or before then. Okay, I'll say since I was 16. I've had one job or the other, either full-time job or part-time alongside full-time school. I've been working since I was 16, so that is all I knew how to do. So I started to schedule myself for, like, okay, am I meeting someone for coffee? Do I have this event? It became a thing. It's like I need to have things to do and places to go. I didn't know how to just sit still. And even till today, honestly, I think rest is, I'm still learning how to rest, I think is the point. But I think I've learned that rest is doing anything that I enjoy to do, I'm choosing to do, and I'm enjoying. And even if I'm choosing rather to be on my bed, that's fun. If I'm choosing to have coffee with someone, that's fun. So I think the difference between the start of my sabbatical was I was only choosing to the birds. I was only choosing to schedule things outside. I wasn't choosing time with myself, because that was uncomfortable. That was, how would I explain that to myself? Like, that was not productive. My gosh, they're so cute. I wish I could show you. And so that was a little hard, but that's what I did. And then in scheduling, there's some things that I planned for my sabbatical, and that's probably a video that I should film, maybe watch out, how I planned my sabbatical, or what I envisioned my sabbatical to be like. One of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to learn a whole bunch of stuff. I love to learn, and so I wanted to relearn actually how to swim. I had a swim trauma, gosh, 2016, what is that? 9 going on 10 years ago. About going on 10 years ago this April. I had a swim related trauma. Maybe I'll share with you guys one day, stay tuned. And since then, honestly, we're going on 10, let's say 9 years since I learned this summer already. I've been avoiding water. I knew how to swim, so I learned how to swim when I was a teenager. My mom sent us to swim school, myself and my younger brother. Anyway, I learned how to swim, but since that trauma, I stopped swimming. I just was not comfortable swimming anymore. And so I've been traveling a lot the past decade and more, but every time there's water, I'm only staying in the shallow end. I'm only dipping my feet in. I'm never really swimming. And so because I was going on this sabbatical, I decided that, hey, we have time now. Let's relearn, let's reshape our relationship with swimming. Let's own this. Let's do something about this trauma. And so I signed up for swim classes. I signed up for a set of swim classes at first for 1 month, and then after that I signed up for another 2 weeks. But they were the same duration of time. I think it was 2 classes a week for the first month, and then the second month it was 4 classes a week. So it was compressed, but still the same 8 classes, total of 16 classes in 6 weeks. So I had swim classes. I was going to swim, and so that was something that I definitely am happy I did. It was I did it at the top of my career, career break, because I wanted to swim all around the world, of course. And so I'm so glad I did that. That's something I did in that first 2.5 months of my sabbatical. Another thing I did is I learned how to drive a manual transmission vehicle. I've been driving, gosh, for a long time. I don't want to show my age, but I've been driving at least for 14 years. Either way, does that sound right? I don't know. I've been driving for a while, but I learned with automatic, and I wanted to learn how to drive manual. And my brother, somehow, my younger brother actually mentioned he could teach me, and I took him up on it. And so he took me on driving classes. I'll be honest, today I would say I'm like 80% of the way there. The remaining 20% is just to fine-tune things and make sure I never ever stall a car. But I feel very, very confident I can drive a manual transmission car. If I'm given one right now and we have to go places, I can do it, which is the point. But so that's another thing. For about a month or so, he came, and for me it was awesome bonding time as well with my brother, because obviously we're in a car for hours and we're talking, we're catching up, we're just having this time together that I don't think we've had in so many years. That was really, really good for our relationship and for my heart, and hopefully it was really good for him too, because he was teaching me this skill, and we were having this very, very refreshing conversations that I loved. So that's another thing. And then the third thing I was doing, I'm just gonna bucket into rest. It was a mix of trying to be productive, but it was restful. I went to lots of events. I went to museums. I went to jazz nights or jazz cafes. I went to orchestras. I went to different shows and plays and theaters. I went to afternoon matinees, movie matinees in the middle of the day. Like Tuesday at 11 a.m. and I'm in a cinema watching a movie. Like I went to cafes to just read a book and stare at people. All these things are things that I always did. Let's be clear. It was now I was doing it without the limit. Now I was doing it without the limit of time. I could sit at a cafe and just stare out the window with my London fog for 2 hours, because I mean, you can also do that, but for me, I felt this freedom. Time didn't really mean anything anymore to me, because I could be anywhere, anytime. And so I cooked delicious meals for myself. Again, already did, but on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. I would be making myself like a lavish crepe or like a dish with different toppings. I started making this cinnamon apple toppings for my things. I will make lavish French toast. Normally on a work week, I wouldn't make myself that kind of thing. I would have a tea and a yogurt, or I would have something quicker. I was relaxing more during the week to make myself meals, nourishing my body. I went to lots of festivals. My city has festivals, the Lilac Festival, the Jazz Festival. I followed it around the city. I went to, there was the library, Calgary Library organized Reading in the Park. I went to that, just sat to read Saint Bastille Day with my French community. Saint Bastille. Okay, the French needs to come back. But I was just like catching up with some former co-workers that reached out to me as well, after they found out that I was doing what I'm doing, my sabbatical. So I met some of them for lunches, for coffee, and I was just living. And I had 2.5, well, I'd say I had like a month, no, about 2 months of that. But then I had to prepare to travel because I wanted to travel long term as well during this sabbatical. I wanted to go out and see the world and learn stuff. And so the first part of it was I was fighting myself. Let's say it that way. I was kind of fighting rest versus productivity. I was trying to still prove that my time was worth it, and I was filling my time with important things, and I didn't need to do all that. But so that was hard for like the first maybe 2-3 weeks. And then I settled in and I reminded myself that rest is whenever I'm doing something that I'm having fun doing, whether it's scheduled or not, it's okay. But I'm still learning what is restful for me, what is not, what am I doing because it feels productive in some little way, and what am I doing just to not be a human being. I'm sorry, not to be a human doing, but to be a human being and be. So that's something I'm still learning, 7.5 months in. But yeah, that's a little about how my sabbatical started. It started off just a little bit uncomfortable, like what? Like swimming for the first time, or like, I don't know, like where am I? But over time I started to settle into it. And then the last month, I would say, was more about preparing for my long-term travel. And so that is gonna be in my upcoming videos, letting you know how exactly I prepared to travel for a year. I'm still traveling, like I said. I'm in Cambodia right now. I've been traveling for just over 5 months now. And how did I prepare for this? And that is to come. That is to come. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm starting to lose light, but I'm so glad I found this little cozy corner. I don't feel like I'm in anyone's way, and I feel fantastic here. Looks like the sun is actually setting, so I'm gonna go find somewhere to watch it real quick. To watch what's left of it. Okay, thank you so much for being here today, day 7. Come back tomorrow for my next video. Again, I am posting videos every single day till the end of the month. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you liked about this video. What do you think about rest? How do you rest? What is rest for you? And like this video if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see if I actually do make it till the end of the month, posting a video every single day, because some days I don't think I'll make it. But thank you again. I will see you tomorrow for my next video.